Yes. All right. So, welcome back to another live and very interesting moments, right? So, okay, let me just uncover Bollinger Band for now. But yes, all right. So, welcome back to another live. For those of you who are watching it for the first time, we do market analysis on daily basis. You can check out the previous streams as well to understand the kind of theme of analysis, right? We look at the charts, we look at OI data, and we try and find a bias on the markets, right? So this is completely on what we are seeing. We usually do not look out at any news on daily basis or anything, but if it's big news like repo rate or anything like that, we do look at it, right? So um, that is what we do here, and we've been based on this. We try and analyze on what happened in the market, and we try and predict what could happen as well, right? So welcome back. Make sure you subscribe to the channel right before we start. But yes. We'll start off right away, right? And I think the disclaimer is rolling down below, so make sure you read that as well. So, okay, coming to Nifty, right? So, looking at Nifty, we had basically put this zone here that is around the 19,370 to 19,360 zone. So that this particular uh, zone is where a lot of supply is being taken, right? And our bias was that if this particular zone was to be broken out of today, we would be a little more bearish sentiment on the market, right? But it did not happen. So this level still sustains. But yes, we know that our bias breaking down from this level would be a bearish sentiment to it. Coming towards what happened today, we saw a huge gap up opening and also a very bullish run, right? So why it exactly happened? Again, it can never be one reason or one news or anything, right? It can be any of the reasons, and this happens on daily basis. But yes, we got to see a gap up, and we usually react to the market after the opening, right? And our what do you call sentiment for the day is also, if it does not break down of that, we were sideways to bullish, right? And we saw the market go all the way up to the all-time high as well, right? So we are continuously breaking it as well. So hence, at the all-time high again. If you watch our previous videos as well, you would realize that at our all-time highs, you usually cannot bet on that it would go lower, right? There are chances it can keep heading higher as well. So that would completely be biased based on the actual market at that particular point, right? So if around 11:55, 12 p.m. is when we reach that level again, I've marked it here from between. That happened on 7th July, right? So again, usually it's never one line, it's usually a zone, right? So that's why we try and uh, draw zones rather than a particular line itself, right? So straight from the all-time high levels, it did take resistance from it, even though market looked very bullish, right? There was no signs of bearishness until the reversal at 12 p.m., right? That happened at the all-time high levels and came back down to the 19,500 range, right? So 19,400, those are the levels we were seeing yesterday here, which had um, very good call OI, right? So that was one particular thing we have seen where a lot of people, due to today's movement, we could have basically seen a lot of exits, right? So this is exactly what we saw yesterday to today as well. Yesterday we saw 19,400, 19,500 to be very strong levels as well, right? So due to 19,400 also, we as soon as we saw a good upward uh, movement, we could see the huge sell-off at 19,400, which makes sense, right? Many of them were covering that position as well. So that is one particular thing we got to see. You see 19,500. Yes, it is still a very strong level, 1.45 crore of OI at 19,500 level. And if you look at the charts as well, we did end up back to that level, right? So breaking down from 19,500, the bias would be to go towards 19,375 again. Only if it breaks down of that, our whole view on the market changes as well, right? So looking at it now, we are still sideways to bullish, right? Market still during the bull runs, it still does have it is still very strong, right? So currently 19,500 itself looks like the high OI level of call available there, and hence suggesting that it should be end up below that, right? And what we're looking at is for the 13th July expiry. If we do go much above 19,500, we can see a huge sell off here as well, where many might book losses as well, right? So that is something to keep in mind in the Nifty charts. Coming into Bank Nifty, really interesting again, right? So Bank Nifty, we are back exactly to the. Okay, I did not save the charts. Let me just save it. Yes. So again, right, we will be much more bearish once we break down this range, right? Again, putting in mind that this again is just not one specific point we usually look at. This is the supply zone that we're looking at, right? So around 44,800 is the zone, breaking down from which we could be headed a lot more lower in Bank Nifty as well, right? But Bank Nifty, similarly today, we also can see a small um, what do you call bearish trend if you look at it in a more overall perspective, right? So we saw the bullish trend continuing till 4th July. After 4th July, we did not see another high in uh, Bank Nifty, right? We are still seeing what do you call lower lows being made on daily basis. Even today, if you look at it, we did make another lower low, right? So it has a small downwards trend to Bank Nifty, but again, Nifty. So there's a small variation between Nifty and Bank Nifty if you look at it, right? But yes, the morning opening and the movement for today uh, looks very similar in the sense of a good gap up opening above 45,000, right? So that is one level we are keeping an eye out for as well, 45,000 level here. And similar movements again at 12, we saw a huge reversal, which again, you would have to see the decrease in OI from the put side and change into the long call side, which is nothing but the long unwinding, right? So if we just quickly change this to Bank Nif. Yes, Bank, and if you look at the option chain, you do get the build up data on basis of what do you call, if it's a long build up, long unwinding, short covering, short build up, you can make sure to read that as well, right? So when if there was a long unwinding happened at this particular place, you could have seen a lot of profit booking taking place for the call buyers or put sellers, and you could have seen an unwinding happening here at this particular point, and only that is when you would have to go short, right? So that is exactly what happened. Again, Bank Nifty PCR 0.6. So let us quickly just check yesterday's PCR as well. Yes, so it's moved from 0.7 to 0.6, right? So this is also another uh, feature where you can look at history data by just clicking on this icon. So make sure you check out that as well. And small feature update as well. I think we had got this feature request on the Telegram group today morning itself, where in the money was needed to be highlighted, and we quickly did it as well, right? So if you look at the option chain now, all in the money on the call and the put side would be highlighted too. So and this 44,800 would be at the money options, right? So yeah, PCR wise, again, we have moved a little more lower from yesterday, but 0.6 again. Uh, we can expect a reversal as well, because PCR might be too low as well, right? So that is one more thing you can keep in mind as well. But again, only breaking down a little more and a little stronger move from this level, we can see um, a good downward move in Bank Nifty. But if you're looking at Nifty, we are still um, on the higher side of things, right? We are still seeing a bullish to sideways movement, whereas Bank Nifty, we are seeing a more downwards movement where it's creating lower lows, right? So that is something to keep in mind of, where there is a difference in the overall of Nifty as well as overall of Bank Nifty, and make sure you make your biases that way, right? So yes, that is the analysis for today. Thank you so much for joining in. Quick disclaimer again, this is completely for educational purposes. We do not provide any calls or tips or anything like that. And before you do take any trades, make sure you are what do you call, looking at the details of things, and make sure you consult your financial advisor, right? So yes, thank you so much for joining in. And yes, hey GK. So GK has joined today. So GK says carried bullish positions. Okay, that is very interesting. So hope you did watch the live and uh, understood that there is a difference in movements between Bank Nifty and Nifty, right? So make sure you consider both the weights, and obviously according to your understanding as well, you can take those trades, right? So that is one thing as well. And yes, overall market seems to be a little more mixed signalish, right? So for those if you're joining in now, make sure you watch the stream afterwards as well. So it looks a little more mixed signalish because of the difference in movements between Nifty and Bank Nifty. And again, we shall see how it moves in the coming days, right? So yes, thank you so much for joining in, and I shall catch you guys again tomorrow.